Okay, good morning, Year 7. So I'm just going to walk you through your lessons for this week, which all fall under the title of Sporting Speeches. So in your very first lesson, you are very lucky because you have 3 inspirational sporting speeches that you need to watch on YouTube. And you can watch those just by clicking on these blue links here, okay? So you need to watch each one carefully and then you need to answer all 3 of these questions for all 3 videos. So you'll have 9 answers total for this lesson. So the 3 questions are, what is the purpose of the speech? What is the writer trying to achieve? So you're thinking about why are they delivering this speech and what kind of feelings and actions and ideas do they want to provide to their audience. Question 2 is, do you think the speech is effective and why not? This bit is important. Please do not just write yes or no. That will not be an acceptable answer. You need to explain why you find this speech motivational and inspirational, why you feel like it's not as effective as it could be. So you need to answer in full sentences there. And then question 3, you need to find 3 particularly effective lines, so 3 quotes from each speech, and explain what makes each of those quotes persuasive / motivational. Okay, so you want to get some quotes that you can sort of squeeze tightly, and lots of lovely persuasive and analytical juice will come out. Okay, so that's lesson 1. Very straightforward, I think. Lesson 2, you need to be a bit more creative in this lesson because you're going to imagine that you are a leading sports coach. So you are someone who trains footballers, basketball players, tennis players, cricketers, swimmers, anything you like. And you need to write an inspirational speech to be delivered to your team or squad ahead of an important match or competition. So you need to get them inspired, get them pumped up and motivated, make them feel like they can win, okay? Now what you should do is use the inspirational speeches from lesson 1 to inspire you. So maybe you're going to pinch some of their techniques, some of their ways of expressing themselves. I'm really looking forward to reading these, so I do think you should, and I'm sure all your teachers are, so I really do think you should put your all into these because these can be really, really powerful. Don't forget to use persuasive techniques, and also, of course, basic things like dividing your text into paragraphs, making sure you've got capital letters and good punctuation throughout. Lesson 3 is more about reading, so you've got an extract here from an autobiography called A Life in Football. An autobiography, I'm sure many of you know, but it's basically a life story. So it's a non-fiction text. It's all true, or mostly true, written by the person whose life it is about. Okay? A biography is where it's someone's life story, but it's not written by that person. So you need to read this carefully, and you need to not panic if there are any words here that you're unsure of, unfamiliar with. I read texts all the time that contain vocabulary that I'm unsure of, and it really doesn't matter. You can still figure out what's going on. And once you've got to the end of that, you might want to read it through twice. Certainly read it very carefully. You've got 2 questions to answer. Okay, so question 1 is, what different feelings does Ian Wright experience throughout this extract? Use quotes in your response. So you need to make a note of the feeling and explain how you know he feels that using quotations from the text. But obviously it says different feelings, so you should do that for 2 to 3 times, I imagine, depending on how many feelings you can sense. Question 2, how do you think you're meant to feel about Ian Wright from reading this autobiography? What kind of person does he strike you as? So it'd be good to get a bit of detail here. I don't want to read, oh, he seems like a nice guy or something like that. Be specific in how you think you as a reader are supposed to feel about him after reading this text, and tell me what specifically we understand about him as a person after having read it. Task 3, a little bit more creative, yes, again, you need to write a paragraph of your own autobiography, so your own life story. Specifically, we want you to write about an important moment of your life. So it could be a moment of sporting triumph, or it could be something else. So it could be a time where you were in a performance as a singer, musician, or actor, It could be a moment of triumph at school, or it could be another important moment entirely, just one of your own choosing. What's important is that you're explaining your thoughts and feelings. So we're really thinking about what these important moments, how they make us feel, what they make us think. Okay? So that is the week's worth of lessons. Lots of different things to do there. I can tell you're going to be very good at them. And if you have any questions or unsure about anything, you know you must just send your teacher a message on Show My Homework and they'll be more than happy to help. I hope you have a good week, Year 7, and stay safe.